So what we're going to do now is some graining. What we're going to do is a traditional British form of graining. It's English oak we're going to do. So we'll mix up a colour. A lot of people like to use pre-prepared scumble glazes when they do graining, but I like to mix my own because I find when you use a pre-mixed scumble, all your work looks the same. So I like to mix my own colours. How to mix colours, what sort of consistencies to use will be explained in the course. What I'm going to do with this oak, I'm going to start just off centre, and I'm going to do some heartwood going up the wood, and then just taking out to the sides we're going to do some quartered oak out to the sides. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to wipe out the heartwood figure. What we're doing when we're wiping this out, we're using a sort of jerky motion. The reason we use that is it deposits a certain amount of glaze on these bits, which helps us in the technique we'll use after this. What I'm actually doing to wipe this out, I'm just using a common rubber spatula you would get in any DIY store. Use it for grouting. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to move on to the next technique. We're going to use a mottler, and we just brush up very, very lightly, just to slightly blend the grain. And what we do then, when we blend it, is we go back to your wipeout tool and just sharpen it up slightly. And we'll go back over it once again with the mottler. Okay, and what we've got here is a rubber comb, a spatula, with notches cut out of it, and we're just going to go down either side. Okay, now what we're going to do now is a technique called cross combing. This is done with a metal comb, and it will go across these grain lines we've made with the rubber comb. We just go at a slight angle, it just breaks them up. Now what we do is the same technique for the Heartwood, this piece in the middle, but obviously it's a wee bit more detailed, so we'll use a smaller comb. So now what I'm going to do, just to finish off, I'm just going to come in the side with some quartered oak figuring. So we do this with a wipeout tool or tool. This is a spatula. This has just been shaped to form basically a finger shape. We put a cameos leather around it and we wipe out, just coming in from the side. What we do is get a very, very fine comb just to soften these wipeouts. And we're doing this, we just sort of blend them in with the grain. Okay, and there we have it. That's the first process for English oak. The grain and marbling course is a 2-day course. The following day we'll go back to the oak and we'll overgrain it, and I'll show you the different techniques to use to bring it to a finish.